Our top focus this morning, you're seeing the protests continuing by farmers at the Delhi NCR borders, and all eyes are on the third crucial meeting between farmers and the centre today at 2 p.m. This comes 2 days after talks between the centre and agitating farmers ended inconclusively. The farmers toughened their stand, announcing a nationwide protest on the 8th of December if the government doesn't concede to their demands. Sources revealed that in the previous meeting, the centre showed flexibility and it indicated that it is willing to consider few amendments. This includes changes in Section 6 to bring taxation for private mandis outside of APMC mandis, among others.
हम तो जब आते हैं यहाँ पे बात करने जाते हैं तो यही लगता है कि सरकार पूर्ण रूप से बात करे हमारे से और हमारा जो समाधान है वो करे। वो तो क्योंकि करना सरकार को है, किसान को तो करना नहीं। करेंगे भारत बंद करके भी देख लेंगे एक बार, किसान तो पहली बार ही बंद करके देखेगा।
ਮੈਨੂੰ ਅਫਸੋਸ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਇਹ ਦੇਖ ਕੇ ਕਿ ਜਦੋਂ ਇਹ ਦੇਖ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਹੋਰ ਏਰੀਆ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਫਸਲਾਂ ਵਧਣ ਲੱਗੀਆਂ ਤੇ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦੀ ਇੰਨੀ ਲੋੜ ਨਹੀਂ, ਫਿਰ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਕਾਨੂੰਨ ਬਦਲ ਦਾਂਗੇ, ਮੰਡੀ ਚੱਕ ਦਾਂਗੇ, ਆੜਤੀਆ ਸਿਸਟਮ ਚੱਕ ਦਾਂਗੇ, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਇੱਕ ਪਿਆਰ ਦਾ ਇੱਕ ਪਰਿਵਾਰਿਕ ਰਿਸ਼ਤਾ ਹੈ ਕਿਸਾਨ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ, ਉਹਨੂੰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਹਟਾ ਦਿਓ। MSP ਜਿਹੜੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਸੀ ਉਹ ਚੱਕ ਦਿਓ। ਇਹ ਫਿਰ क्या रह गया, किस किस्म का भरोसा है?
Government will not be rigid because after all what they're demanding is to save their livelihoods. They feel threatened because they feel that the market at their doorstep, which they had up until now, is now going to be snatched away from them. So obviously they are worried about their future and the future of their children, and the government must deal with them sympathetically.
These three bills constitute the opportunity for a second green revolution. It is hard for farmers and for anyone to understand reforms because it takes time. It takes time for the effect to happen. And so now I'm happy that they are talking.
Let me take this across to Rahul Srivastava, who's joining us live from Delhi this morning. Rahul, good morning. In the previous round of talks, we did see that the government seemed to indicate that they were willing at least to give in to some of the demands of the farmers, particularly create a wider role for APMC mandis. But this isn't enough for the farmers. They made it very, very clear that they want all of their demands to be met. Is there a likelihood that the government will give in to that, considering that so far any attempts by them hasn't really created any difference on the ground?
Good morning, Akshita. See, if you notice the shift from the first meeting that was on Tuesday, then to the Thursday meeting, and today, before the start of the meeting, there is one distinct change. That the government, which was going in with a certain degree of reluctance as far as any of the demands was concerned, we are talking about the government being amenable to certain changes as far as its own stand is concerned. Now see, initially on the first day, the government gauged the temper of what the protesters were and how adamant they were. On the second day, I think after the first few hours of providing clarifications to the farmer, it was very clear that the farmers are not going to back down. And then what the government did, top ministers who were part of that meeting went to the balcony and made phone calls. And after that, the real negotiations started. And in those negotiations, Akshita, what really happened, that the government, which had broad-based the discussion, instead of just discussing the top three demands of the farmers, it took those 39 points charter which was submitted by the farmers. And it started picking up the smaller problems and objections that the farmers had said. So an amendment to certain APMC element which you're talking about, say for example, the dispute resolution mechanism, the essential commodities stock limit issues, on all this now there is a wider assurance from the government that there will be amendments as far as the laws are concerned. So the government is accepting these minor elements. What we are told by our sources, on MSP certain amount, some swaps are likely. Not that the MSP is going to get included in the statute, but some swaps are likely to be offered by the government today. But are the farmers going to be ready to accept piecemeal or certain smaller elements accepted while they had taken the pitch so far that the three farm bills should be rolled back. That's one thing critical today.
So, you know, if they're going to really see any breakthrough, we will have to see the farmers perhaps step back on their demand of a repeal, because that the government has made very, very clear is not something they're even willing to talk about at this stage. Rahul, thank you very much for joining us. We'll keep, of course, coming through the day to you for further analysis of what's expected at 2 p.m. That's when the meeting is happening.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.